Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're talking about my favourite Nintendo DS games. So we're going to get straight into it and start off by talking about the Simpsons game. The game was released in October 2007 and the DS version differs as it's a side-scrolling adventure. The game is definitely a challenging platformer and it reminded me a lot of those SNES games, Aladdin and The Lion King. So if you do want a bit of a challenge and you want to kind of relive your childhood, The Simpsons kind of meets Lion King and you get this great platforming game. The developers did make use of both screens on the DS, often having to climb platforms, so starting at the bottom screen and then gradually climbing up and making your way onto that top screen. Now the price of the game is actually starting to increase, but you can still pick this up off eBay and CEX for around £10. Moving forward now, and we're talking about Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars. So this was released in March 2009, and this was the first handheld Grand Theft Auto game since Vice City Stories in 2006. The game uses a top-down camera similar to that in those classic GTA PlayStation games. The art style for the DS version was cel-shaded with a black outline around the characters, which made it look a lot like a comic book. Now you'll know I absolutely love cel-shaded artwork, so this game was just perfect for me. In order to remove your wanted stars, instead of escaping police like you would in the normal GTA games, you had to actually destroy a certain number of police cars, which would make you lose your wanted level. With the Nintendo and the Nintendo DS family-friendly brand, the game did cause controversy with the drug dealing minigames, but I can't remember a Grand Theft Auto game that didn't cause controversy, to be honest with you. You can still pick this up now for around £15, and I think it's definitely worth grabbing a copy whilst you can, because I do expect the DS games to start to go up in price, and this has already started to risen in price. Next up then we've got Super Princess Peach, and this was released in Europe in 2006, and it actually reverses the story for once. So Mario and Luigi have been captured by Bowser, and now Peach must go rescue them. The puzzle element of the game comes from Peach's emotion meter. The 4 emotions are joy, gloom, rage and calm. Each emotion will activate a different ability, and this will help you solve puzzles and defeat enemies, as well as collecting the toads. Despite this being one of the biggest sellers on the DS, selling 1.5 million, the game has really held on to its value and is only increasing in price. You can pick this up from CEX for £28, but if you're going to buy it, get it soon, because that will only go up in value. Diddy Kong Racing DS, so released in April 2007, and like a lot of people, this is one of my favourite Nintendo 64 games, and now I could play it anywhere in handheld mode with the DS version. So we did have some changes that were brought around by licensing issues. So Conker and Banjo were replaced by Tiny Kong and Dixie Kong. And then a massive shame that we actually lost the battle mode, which was one of the best features on the N64 version. And that was replaced by a racetrack creation mode. But we did have some positives as well, because we got better frame rates on the DS, and we also had some visual upgrades as well, so the game does look much better than that N64 version. The prices I'm giving you are based on the full boxed version, so you can pick up just the cartridge for much cheaper off eBay and CEX and Cash Converters and all those places. But if you want the boxed version at CEX, that's going to set you back £15 for this one. Ultimate Spider-Man for the DS was released in October 2005. Now the DS version is a side-scrolling beat-em-up, but set in a 3D environment compared to the Game Boy Advance version, which was a side-scrolling beat-em-up, but in a 2D world. You get to play as both Spider-Man and Venom. The touchscreen for Spider-Man is just mainly your special attacks, but the touchscreen is used much more widely when playing as Venom. With the game using that cel-shaded artwork, it really does hold up, and still in 2023, it's not just a great handheld Spider-Man game, but it's just a great Spider-Man game in general. Now sadly, with the licensing issues now, I don't think we're ever going to see a Spider-Man game done in this style again, so it probably is worth picking up, currently selling for £8, and I do think that this is definitely a must buy for beat 'em up fans and also Spider-Man and Marvel fans. These 5 games, they're not necessarily the best games on the DS, but I just wanted to talk about 5 of my favourite games, and maybe there's a couple in there that you haven't thought about playing, or maybe that you haven't heard of. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you're new, hit subscribe, leave a comment of your favourite DS games, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care guys, thank you.